Yeah, so I thought about this one, and I think my headline advice works for everybody, but it means different things at different points in your career. And I think that's, aligning your immediate and midterm and long-term career goals with the strategy and philosophy and culture of the organization that you're joining. And if you're, for example, if you're earlier in your career, your immediate and midterm goals are all about learning and getting the toolkit and the skills. And are you going to be joining an organization that makes you marketable for where you see yourself going longer term? On the opposite end of the spectrum, if you are more mature in your career, where do you want to be oriented in the leadership structure, and what's the strategy for the business going forward, and is that where your expertise sits? So if thinking about Guggenheim, we're primarily known for our fixed income and insurance businesses. If you're an equity specialist, how does that align with your career goals and where you want to go with what we're thinking about as an organization? So you're joining the right place at the right time for you.
I would agree with that. Also, I would say that thoughtfulness and deliberation around what it is that you're trying to achieve. The market it's competitive. So as much as I say we're busy, and we are, it's changing, and we're busy in specific areas. So I think the notion of differentiating yourself, really giving a lot of thought, and it's very similar to what Allison just said, but giving a lot of thought to not only where the company and the market is going, that's very important, that kind of diagnosis, but also how you can draw upon your past experiences and really differentiate yourself with where that evolution is moving. So if it's more toward quantitative, or it's more toward analytical, or if in Allison's example, you're moving from an equity type of platform into a fixed income platform, what are you going to draw upon that's going to differentiate you, and how are you going to take those steps to make that that evolution possible and candidly compressed?
I think if you're looking for a job as a partner or as an employee, I think one of the things that's really important to know is, hey, what exactly are the implications from a tax standpoint that I have to pay or not pay, or this is the amount of money I can make or not make. So you just understand that, hey, this is locked in. I'm going to be paying tax today because I'm going to maybe get a benefit years down the road, and there may not be a distribution that pays immediately. So you want to make sure that the cash flow from a partnership perspective, you can meet your own expenses, and you understand that, and maybe you have to do filings in multiple states or multiple countries maybe. So you just want to know what exactly you're getting into, and especially like if you're just an employee, hey, what does my deferred compensation look like? How does it vest? Do I have to make a certain amount of money before I can even get deferred compensation? Just so that when you walk in, you're not really frustrated 3-4 years down the road and there's a big conflict. I think that's
we sort of covered what I was thinking about, on the comp thing. Don't be surprised if you disclose your comp and try to negotiate from what you have, that seems like people are alarmed and asking you to sign, and swear away your first child sort of thing. Tax implications. I mean, it was pretty much everybody thinking the best deal is I come in a management company as an employee, I get paid a base from there, maybe a discretionary bonus, plus I'm getting a percentage of the incentive through the GP. That little piece right there, you're also paying the Obamacare tax at 3.8, whatever percent it is. Not such a good deal. Maybe better to get that money from the management company as just additional bonus. But of course, there's going to be pressure from other parts of the tax code. For example, if the management company is going to be in the red by paying off salaries, and now they can't write for certain types of investor funds and PE funds, they can't write them off against GP gains. They might have to put you there. So, think there, make sure you understand what the deal really is and what the implications are, as we just said.
Absolutely.
And I think finally, the one piece we didn't touch on at all is covenants. We talked a little bit about offer letters. One of the most important things that employers are putting in those offer letters or attaching to them are, non-interference, non-compete, non-solicit, etc. think about that. If it's something that you can't live with, it's possible with some employers you can negotiate it in a way that makes it reasonable down the road.